One of the biggest K-pop groups in the world, BTS, has decided not to submit their comeback album airing for the Grammys. Now, if you didn't know, BTS is a huge K-pop group boy group that had to split apart for a couple of years due to the mandatory military service in South Korea. They came back just this year and released a new album this past spring that went absolutely viral. It was absolutely insane. Lots of people really, really enjoyed it. And it is an album that would have won awards at the Grammys. However, they are deciding not to submit it due to the Grammys putting in Best Asian Pop Song, pop album. Now, this is going to be really interesting. They decided to boycott. Nothing's going to be submitted. They say that they want music not to be divided by region or by group or by anything. It's a very interesting stance. I think that there's arguments for and against it. Let's start with the for. I think this is really interesting. They say they don't want to segregate music based on, region and stuff like that. And I think that is very admirable. They say that doing this is just segregating Asian music and saying that it's not as good as basically like pop music, and they think it's going to decrease the awards that are going to be put on so they're basically thinking like they're basically going to decrease the awards of like best album of the year, that those will win, like Asian groups will win that. And so they say we don't want to be separated. We want to be put against all the other pop music, everything else, and that's really admirable, I think. They want a level field. They want it to be flat. They say we can go up against the best that you guys have with our music, and we think it'll come out on top. And I think that's really, really admirable from them. I think it's very interesting that the Grammys did create this group. I think something that you could also say about this thing, Best Asian Pop Music, it will definitely potentially show more artists to the world, more Asian artists to the world, and just increase visibility for them. However, there's also the argument that because it's just going to be the big groups winning it, such as BTS, Blackpink, artists such as that. And I think an argument against it is that Asian music does have its own unique sound. K-pop is unique from pop music that's produced in Britain or America, and it is something that potentially you would like to separate aside, like rap and country, and like there's different award shows for different types of music, and even in different countries as well. I think that is something that maybe potentially needs tweaked, but I think it's just an interesting thing that what BTS is doing here, and very admirable for them for sticking with their values and saying, we will not, show up to the Grammys due to this event, due to this category. And so I think that I don't personally have a very big opinion on it. I think it is interesting that there is both the category for Best Asian Pop Music and that BTS is not deciding to enter into the Grammys due to this. I think it could have gone either way for me, as in I understand that they don't want to be separated out, that they think they're dividing music by, region and culture, and they just don't appreciate that. But I can also understand maybe the Grammys want to do this to potentially recognize other artists and other genres of work, and I think it can go both ways. I definitely think the Grammys wanted to do something and potentially wanted to, again, extend, let everyone in on it, and I think that BTS says we don't need to be let in, we are good enough as it is, and we can go up against your best. But tell me what your thoughts on it in the comment section below. I just think it's a very interesting story, and there's definitely some different sides in play. The BTS's album would have won. It would have at least been nominated and probably won quite a few awards. People really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it myself. But I just think it's very interesting there. But thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing, and peace.